Guys, it's Alley Cat here. Well, the first video I've made, I wanted to be able to try out this YouTuber thing. So, I'm gonna try it out and see what I think of it. But, I've never done this, so please don't judge me for my first time. Because I don't know how to usually do this, but my name's Alley Cat, and I am 13, turning 14, and I live here in this wonderful town called Barstow. It's in California, and if you look it up, it is Barstow, California, and it's mostly desert out here, but it still can be fun. It's just hot and dry, so that's kind of not fun. But it has its advantages. It never snows and it barely rains, so that you can have some fun when you're going out all the time. And there's this military base. It's the Fort Irwin base, and it's kind of cool. I went there about 2 days ago. It was kind of fun. Yeah, so I just want to try this out and see if anybody likes it. And if you do, can you please, I would like some support, because I want to try this out. I want to see how it goes. And I know newbies and all that, yada yada yada. I know what that is, but I don't like people calling each other newbies, because it's kind of rude. Jacksepticeye was a newbie once, and so was Markiplier, and PewDiePie, and Sist Reacts. And I want to try this out for once, so boom. Let's give it a shot, okay? Let's try. I'd like to try. And trying new things is awesome. Because it helps you know what's good, what's bad, what's wrong, what's right. But trying new things is also a way to build up your immune system. And it gives you knowledge. I know I'm talking about knowledge, which is kind of a school thing, but it's everywhere. Wherever you go, you'll learn something new. Trust me. But I want to try this out, and I'm sitting on a rock right now. It's kind of funny, because this is what I call my happy place, and I just sit here and think. So one day, I was sitting here just thinking, and boom, let's be a YouTuber. But I'm going to try that out. Okay, so I'm going to tell you little stories about myself. Okay, so there's this scar right here on my forehead. And I got that from being hit by a piece of firework casing. How, may you ask? Well, it was July 4th, and I was sitting on my aunt's lap watching the fireworks show. And earlier that day, I got wet, because there was a water park and all of that, yada yada yada. So, I was just sitting there enjoying the show, looking up at the sky, and boom, a loud noise sounded. It turns out two of the fireworks weren't wired correctly, so it kind of blew up. So I'm just sitting there, and I feel something run down my face. So I wipe it away, thinking, oh, it's just water, because I played in the water. And I looked down at my hand, which was my left hand. I looked down at it, and there was blood. So I screamed bloody murder, and I told my mother to get her flashlight, right? And she says, oh, why? And I said, well, just get the flashlight. So she got her phone. She's shown the flashlight app on me. And she literally dropped her phone. And I was still freaked out saying, don't let me die. Just don't let me die. Because that's where my temple is, right here. And the scar's right here. So one move, I could have lost an eye or my life. So my mom tells the policeman, because that's where there were policemen there. She tells the policeman, and I get in the car, in a police truck, I think, or police car, yeah. And my mom's all trying to cheer me up. She's saying like, oh, you're in a police car. Everything's going to be good. You should have a smile out of this. And in my head, I'm just thinking, just don't say anything about that. Don't. And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm just waiting. So we wait about a few more minutes till the ambulance arrives. So I'm sitting in a stretcher, and I'm freezing, so they give me a blanket. And the guy wanted to give me an IV to numb the pain, and I was all like, oh, heck no. And it was kind of funny, because I don't like needles. And neither does my mother. So I got to the hospital, right? And they're giving me stitches. Well, think they gave me a shot, and I didn't like it. But, oh well, it was for the stitches. So they stitched me up, and my sister came running out when I came out. She came running out, and she told me what happened on her side. So when I was in the ambulance, they continued the fireworks show. And my sister was sitting in the car, and she was flipping out. So my grandmother, I think, yeah, because my mother was with me. I confused my grandmother with my mother. But my grandmother, my grandmother was with her, and she gave her some water. She says, here, have some water. And then when the fireworks show was done, she came all the way out to the Barstow Hospital, because that's where I was. And she came all the way out to the Barstow Hospital. And when I walked out of there, she was like freaking out, like she might not see me again. And she gave me a big old hug. So we went home. I was laying down. My mom says, I'm going to wake you up in 4 hours, okay? I said, okay. She says, do you need anything? I said, a big bowl of ice cream and some tissues. So she gets me those things. I sit there eating my ice cream. I flip on a chick flick, is it what they call it these days? Maybe. I don't know. A sad movie. So they have that. I have that going. I'm eating my ice cream. Grab some tissues. I just start crying. And then my mom says, okay, it's time to turn off the TV. I said, okay. So I turn off the TV. And sorry guys, it's a little dark. It's getting dark. But I turn off the TV. And I get in bed. About 4 hours later, or 5, she wakes me up. And I was all like, And she says, okay. So that's how I got that scar. Okay? And I'll tell you the rest when I get inside the house. Okay? Talk to you in a little bit.